All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is Wednesday, December 2nd at 4:05 p.m. I am calling this tax classification hearing to order. It is being audio and video recorded. It will be streamed. A replay will be put on YouTube so people can watch, and we will get it to cable television so they can replay it on Channel 9 as well. With that, I ask that everybody stand, please, for the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance
to the
flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everyone. So first, I wanted to thank the Board of Assessors for comprising the packet they did for us regarding that we can use to guide our hearing this evening. And with that, I did want to throw it over to the chairperson of the Board of Assessors, Mrs. Carol Beauregard. Did you want to start things off for us this evening, Carol?
There's really not too much more other than the packet I gave you. We did get the debt exclusions this afternoon. I was able to plug that in. So the excess levy capacity is now calculated $1,191,422.04.
Thank you for that.
If you want, I don't believe, and I can't remember if I had sent you the LA4 comparison report. I can just touch a little bit on that, where the values have gone for FY 2021. We have an increase in single-family homes at 3.5%. The biggest increase we have is on condominiums. And although condos really hasn't changed values in 2 years, so their value now is 4.9% increase. Overall, our land has gone down. Let me just find my land at 9.2%. So there's quite a large increase on the land side. We don't get a lot of just land sales. Everything now is pretty much, build a home and sell it as a package. So that's our biggest changes on our classes.
Did anybody have any questions regarding not just what Mrs. Beauregard had stated regarding the biggest changes from this year to last, but also anything in the packet? So I will throw it over to my colleagues.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Carol, when we acquire property, we meaning the town of Dayton, we acquire property and it comes off the tax roll. Is that figured into that a decline that you were talking about, decrease in land?
Yes, it does.
Okay,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Selectman Pacheco, did you have any questions?
I just, right now, it's the CIP shift is 1.65. Is that correct, Carol?
We are, yes, currently, hold on one moment. Yes, we're at 1.66 actually.
1.66. So if we keep it at that, the tax rate will go down 15%, 15 cents on 1,000.
Yes, we're currently at $14.98. If we keep it at the 1.66, it would go to $14.83.
Any other questions, Selectman Pacheco?
No, that's it.
And so I just wanted to, according to the packet, so what the Board of Selectmen will vote on tonight is the shift. And that's correct, Mrs. Beauregard?
Yes, it is.
Okie dokie. I don't have any questions. I'm more than happy, I shouldn't say more than happy, but more than comfortable rather, with the current shift that we have. So with that being said, I will entertain motions.
Mr. Chairman,
Mm-hmm.
I move that for FY 2021, we keep the current shift, which is 1.66, which would indicate a 15-cent reduction in the tax rate per thousand. So the current rate is the FY20 rate is $14.98 minus the 15 cents for FY21. The rate would be 14.83 per thousand.
I'll second that motion.
Can I just add to that, please?
Of course, Mrs. Beauregard.
You might want to include the commercial tax rate also.
Mm-hmm.
So commercial was at 27.57. That would go to 27.34 with a 23-cent reduction.
Do you accept that amendment, Selectman Goulart?
Can we do this in two motions?
I don't see anything in that. It's the same CIP shift and the same, we'll be covering both rates.
That's why I didn't include it. I thought we should vote two separate, the two separate tax rates is what I'm saying.
Mrs. Beauregard's just doing her due diligence. She's just making sure we didn't forget anything. Thank you, Mrs. Beauregard.
Yep.
We have a motion and a second to approve the 1.66 CIP shift for a residential tax rate of $14.83 per thousand. We have a second. Any further discussion on this?
Nope.
Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? The ayes have it. That motion carries.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
following the same reasoning, I move that we set the commercial tax rate at 27.34 per $1,000, which is a decrease of 23 cents over this year. Excuse me, over FY20.
So before I second that, should we have had a roll call on the first motion?
Yes, we should have.
Okay, that's right. We're not there.
Good call. Good call. So I will take a roll call on our previous vote to approve the residential tax rate and the CIP shift of 1.66.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, Selectman Pacheco.
I will second Selectman Goulart's motion.
Thank you. And that's to set the commercial tax rate as described by Selectman Goulart. Any further discussion on this item?
Nope.
Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? The ayes have it. That motion carries. And let me just scroll up. My apologies.
Roll call.
Roll call. Thank you.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Before I entertain motions to adjourn, I just wanted to ask Chairman Beauregard, our town accountant, does anyone have anything else before we adjourn this evening?
I just wanted to bring to your attention, I did send out an email this afternoon with an LA5.
Mm-hmm.
So the Board of Selectmen no longer need to sign on the LA5.
Mm-hmm.
The town clerk now does it, and they also have a separate form that the town clerk fills in, that we had the legal classification hearing, it was posted. So I won't need to have signatures from the Board of Selectmen this year.
Is that a new, that's the first year this
It
year
is.
it changed?
It is, they actually, and I'm not sure if it's because of the whole COVID, because we also did not have to advertise in the paper, and they specifically said for fiscal year 2021 for the advertisement. So I'm not sure if this mayor's signature is just for this year or if this is going to be ongoing.
We will be mindful of that. Thank you. That is a good point. And thank you for forwarding that, by the way.
No
I
problem.
received that. Anything else this evening, team?
Nope.
Brett, if I may, thank you
Of course.
for stepping in this afternoon for me relative to the school district and the debt exclusion calculations. It was very helpful. Thank you.
Absolutely. I always tell any time anyone needs an answer, you CC. I call her the boss, Mrs. Brady, and I tell you, people respond immediately. Absolutely.
So mean.
Anytime.
Okay, so I do have just one question. Chris, what is the amount of money that the town of Dayton is under the levy limit?
You have it. It's the excess capacity. The excess
Not
capacity is the amount that you're under the levy limit by.
The
right, the
1.191.
All right, I know that prior to town meeting, we had some other discussions, so I just wanted to make sure about that. After the special town meeting and all the dust settled, how much money is left in free cash?
Nancy, I'm sorry, I'm logged in here on my laptop. I'm not remoted in. I'll get
Okay.
you that information. I'll pass it back along to the three of you.
The reason I ask is I still don't know what happened at the Rehoboth town meeting last night. But
Yeah.
I do know going into that meeting, the Board of Selectmen and the Finance Committee recommended funding them at the amount they requested. So my concern is that ours was approved at the amount that was negotiated with the school committee. And what we found out after the fact, as we headed to our own town meeting and after we had acted, the annual that was, we found out they had just, the school committee decided they were going to ask us for the full amount and not the amount, which was a lesser amount that was negotiated. So my concerns are, I don't know if the Department of Ed, if Rehoboth actually voted what was requested, the Department of Ed doesn't have to tell them what they're going to pay, but the Department of Ed may look at the town of Dayton and say, either they will accept what the town meeting approved, or they could say to us, Dayton, we want you to pay the full amount. And I think it's in excess of 200,000. So this is just a heads up. That's why I'm wondering about free cash.
Yeah, no, my recollection is that there should be more than sufficient free cash right now. If we get to that point, there's more than enough to cover that increase if it should happen.
Yeah, there's more than enough to cover it, but we also like to have our cushion. And if we have to pay more, our cushion just got reduced.
Yeah, depending on, I don't know if anybody's got a plan going forward for the springtime as far as any additional capital spending, but we should be okay otherwise.
Yeah, again, I'm just concerned about, we always try to maintain a cushion of 300,000 more or less. And if we've got that now and we have to pay out another in excess of 200,000 at the district, obviously our free cash cushion is sufficiently reduced. So I'm just thinking ahead, and we'll all have to wait to see what happens with the Rehoboth town meeting and what the Department of Ed does. Fingers crossed, Department of Ed will say, Dayton, you're okay, which in effect would kind of reduce the Rehoboth side, but we'll see how that all works out.
Okay.
Well, that's definitely a good point, and I think we should be mindful of that going forward. So we do look forward to getting that email. Our fearless town accountant. Thank you, sir.
Okay. As soon as we get off, I'll send you that email. I'll share my worksheet with you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well,
Anything else before we adjourn?
Nope.
I will entertain motions to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Abstentions? The ayes have it. That motion carries. Roll call.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Special thanks to you, Carol. We appreciate it. And everybody have a wonderful evening.
We'll see you.
See ya.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll
you
see you in
shortly.
2 hours.